Hi everyone, my name is Mervell. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and remember to turn on the bell icon so when I drop a video you get notified. And let me give a special shout out to all of my new subscribers. Thank you guys for joining the family. I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. I wanted to talk about farming generally speaking. And I wanted to read this article to you to kind of bring awareness for those of you that have doubts, for those of you that still undecided whether they should launch themselves into agriculture or they should choose another path. Before we talk about anything, I would love to read this article to you guys. So bear with me here, allow me time to pull out my phone and get to the article. All right, this article is coming from International Trade Administration. This is pretty legit. And this article was published on October 11th, 2021. So this was 2 months ago. It's pretty recent. And let's all listen to what the article says and try to understand and maybe make our decision from there. You ready? Let's get right into it. Overview. With 80 million hectares of arable land, 80 million of hectares arable land. Let's move on. 4 million hectares of irrigated land and many rivers with important fishery resources. The DRC has the potential to become a global agricultural power. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The DRC has the potential to become the global agricultural power. We will get back into that later in the video. Let's continue reading. Although the agricultural sector employs over 60% of Congolese and comprises 19.7% of GDP. It fails to ensure food security and generate sufficient revenues and sustainable employment. The main cash crops include coffee, palm oil, rubber, cotton, sugar, tea, and cocoa. There has been some success developing cocoa and coffee for export. Food crops also include cassava, plantains, maize, groundnuts, and rice. Commercial agricultural production remains limited, with most producers engaged in subsistence food agriculture. To cope with the food shortage, the GDRC is supporting the creation of agro-industrial parks in different areas of DRC. So this is pretty big. Yes, there are a lot of flaws. There lack of governmental involvement into this sector. It's kind of like letting people that are launched into agriculture to figure things on their own. Like there isn't some type of governmental assistance or financial assistance to overcome this situation, but the potential is there. It really takes some private investor with powerful financial capability to actually turn things around, because oftentimes we know the situation with most of African leaders when it comes down to particular issues like this. So I'm not blaming on anyone, but all I can blame is the Congolese government. You know what I'm saying? Whomever composed the Congolese government is responsible, especially in this particular domain. I care about all the other domains too, but this is one of the domains that I'm personally invested in, and I would also love to see changes being made so that we can make this farming community better. We want to see Congo, strive and, become recognized in a global scale, at least in this domain. If a lot of things were taken away from us, let's do our best to at least bring something in sir, just at least bring something in the eye of the world that we could be proud of. And this is a greater opportunity to actually to exactly do just that. If we literally, if we do it the right way. I do believe that Congo has the potential to become the global power, to become the global agricultural power if we farm the proper way. And also if the government involves themselves into this sector and literally deploy money to those that are already invested into agriculture, this could make Congo agriculture way better than what it actually is. Because a lot of farmers that I personally know, they just operating on like a limited basis. People owns massive portions of lands, but they don't really have the financial power to actually conduct the farming or agricultural activities its full potential because the money isn't there. Sometimes you have to kind of like let it go and just sit there, go to work, make the money, come up with a certain amount of money and continue with your project. That's basically what I've been doing for the past I'd say for the past 2 years since I officially decided that I really wanted to do something with my land. You see what I'm saying? So I just don't want to, bore you out with my talking. This is just me giving my point of view based off of what I just read. But we are going to continue the reading and discover what the article is saying on the bottom. So let's keep reading. So I don't really want to read the entire article, but I am only going to read the parts that I find to be important and see the potentials that DRC has in terms of agriculture. So for some of you that are willing to launch themselves into agriculture, Congo should probably be on your top list to just do that. All right. And I am going to talk about the opportunities according to this article. And then we'll come back, give you my own opinion, and we can all decide what's the best move from there. All right. So let's read the opportunities part. Opportunities. To develop the agricultural sector, the GDRC launched a program with following objectives: strengthen its contribution to economic growth, restore the country's food security, reduce poverty and insecurity in rural areas, increase the production of food and durable goods. To achieve these goals, to achieve these objectives, the program seeks to develop agricultural and rural strategies to policies that affect awareness, production, collection, storage, processing, and marketing. Additionally, the GDRC intends to build new and expand existing agro-industrial projects. These projects will benefit from the participation of foreign agricultural firms with tolerance for risk, experience operating in complex or fragile environments, and with access to capital to finance their participation. So guys, this is really big. I don't know about y'all, based off of what you understood from reading this article, I would recommend you to, look up International Trade Association. There are a bunch of articles about, farming, African farmings in general, and you will probably find valuable and important information on there. But when I came across this particular article, due to the fact that not only that it was released recently, and the things that they're saying here, this is huge. When I'm talking about investing, I'm not only talking about agriculture, otherwise this will be selfish on my behalf. Just because I am more interested in farming doesn't make everybody else farmers, or not everybody wants to be a farmer. People want to invest in different areas. But what I'm trying to say, in depending on, or no matter where or what you're trying to invest yourself in, you just have to have faith and trust in yourself and actually give the country the chance and bring you skills and let others benefit from it, including yourself, which is the pioneer of whatever projects you have going on. Okay, so since we are talking about agriculture particularly, I just wanted to read this article to you to prove and show the potentials that this country has. Probably some of you have already done the research, and they probably know what's going on, but I'm also pretty sure that a lot of you out there just don't know. Everything that I just read here, 80 million of arable lands, that's huge. That is massive. And according to the article, if we just do it properly, we could end up being the global agricultural power. We have the potential to become one, but it's a matter of will. The will is not there. The will have to come from the Congolese government, more specifically in this field. They really have to put money into play and actually take it seriously. And I'm pretty sure we will take the step even further, because someone like me, who's not always depending on the governmental assistance, I just go and do what I think will benefit me and the local people of the very same environment where all of my farming activities are taking place. And I'm pretty sure you could do the same thing too. And I think this is the greatest and the best time to ever invest into agriculture, because remind you, the moment things will start becoming more serious and actually people decide to launch themselves into this program, when the government start providing those type of aids, guess what? You will be left behind. If it's something that has crossed your mind, or you see something that you're still dubious whether you should get involved or not, I would highly advise you to at least refer to this article. Like I said, it's International Trade Association. Go in there. This is not the only article. There's numerous, tons of articles from different countries, from Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and so forth. But the potential that the Congo has, let's be honest here, none of these countries has it. All right, guys, that's the only thing I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I really appreciate you all. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if this is your first time, and remember to turn on the bell icon so when I drop a video, you get notified. And also, thank you for hanging out. Until the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.